All right, guys, it's your girl, Stacey Williams with Listen, Talk to Me. And today is a special podcast episode with my dear friends, Latoya Bowens and Tanesha Pough. Oh man, we go back, way back. Like, what was the line from OD? Like babies and pacifiers.
Oh, me and Mariah.
I mean, we go back. Oh my goodness. Who can say in this time of day, they are still keeping in contact with their friends from elementary? Yes, y'all. I got my girls from my elementary stage of life. Okay, we're talking 6th grade, but then when we allow them to speak for themselves, you're going to find out that Tanesha and Toya have known each other since what grade, y'all?
3rd.
The deuces.
3rd. Well, second we knew, but we were in 3rd grade together.
All right, yes.
So we knew each other in 2nd grade, but 3rd grade we were in class together and gotten a few, trouble.
Clarifying. Well, go ahead, girl. Well, before we get started, because I'm going to allow them to introduce themselves, let's do a quick icebreaker, y'all. Matter of fact, let's do intros first. I think we should do intros first, and then we'll go into a quick little icebreaker. So I'm going to hand it over to my girl, Tanesha. Come on, tell us about yourself, because there's so many titles, so many hats that you wear, but you introduce yourself the way you want to be known.
So I'm Tanesha Pough. I am a mother, a wife, a sister, a friend, a therapist as my primary job, even though my girls will say I'm like Tommy from Martin because I'm at home all the time. But still, I have 3 children, and, pretty much I'm always on the go, running around, whether it's work, sports, anything. So, but yes, true indeed, these are my friends from elementary school, the Challenger days, as we would call it.
All right. Come on, Miss Latoya Bowens, introduce yourself.
All right, I'm Latoya, a.k.a. Toya, a.k.a. P-A-A. The P-A-Z-Z-I-O-N. I can't spell. I'm a child of God, and I'm a mom, I'm a wife. That's me.
All right.
Ain't much to it.
Mm-hmm.
She dabbles in some nutrition and some workout, specialist over there.
Yeah, I feel like Michelle Obama said it best for me. Like, I'm becoming, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like there's so many things that I do and can do and want to do, and I don't like to just say, oh, this is, you know what I mean? I'm this, or, you know what I'm saying? And so that list is ongoing, like you said, right? I'm this, I'm that, I'm that. So, like, I'm me, I'm a child of God, and that's
awesome. All right. Nice intro, ladies. Now let's do some ice breaking before we dig into this title, our topic today about friendship. And there's a word before that I use, true friendship. And that's very important and key to today's episode. But to break some ice, I'm going to ask, we went with Tanesha first, last question or segment. This segment, I want to start with Toya. Tell me one of your favorite memories of all 3 of us, and then maybe just one of us.
Favorite memories?
Because we have so many, but your favorite of all, and if you need me to go first, I can.
Which definitely that must sound like you have one on your mind. So I'm gonna let you go.
All right, so that gives you girls some time to think about how you want to respond to that question. One of my favorite memories of all 3 of us would have to be when we were on McGuire Air Force Base, and we were out in our pajamas, if I'm not mistaken, because that was so long ago. And it was late at night, and I don't know why we decided at Toya's slumber party to go outside and walk around in our pajamas. and we were caught by the military police, the MPs, in front of the Shopette, if I'm not mistaken, on the east side. Right, because there used to be a Shopette next to the theater, right? I think they tore it down or something after some point. But girl, Tanesha and I knew not to give the MPs our father's name. But Miss Toya, who has always been so honest, and I tell you that is a gift, and I thank God for that. I learned a lot through that. Could not lie in that moment. She was running off her dad's name because, of course, the MPs were like, who are your parents? You guys are out here late at night in your pajamas. Run the parents' names down so we can find out what is going on. And Tanesha and I was sitting there like, But Toya was breaking it down like, his name is this, and he works here. And I was like, I ain't giving that information. So that is one of my favorite memories of all three of us. And then because Tanesha and I lived on the north side together, I have a lot of back in the day memories with Tanesha. And I'm gonna have to let y'all know she's a troublemaker. Even though there was a lot of memories that I could share with Tanesha, but I have to say one of my favorite ones was when we were returning from choir rehearsal and somebody was driving us home. And that person missed the left turn in order to stay on the street to get us home safely and was about to go into the forest. And so we're in the back holding on for dear life to one another, like, brace yourself.
I know that person.
We're about to die tonight. And we were just like, no, stop. But praise God, she heard us. She put on her brakes. We were able to back up, get back on the street where we should be in order to get home safely. So I have been through storms. I have been through trials and tribulations with my dear sisters. But since you have us visibly here on this podcast, you can see we made it through, praise God.
My God.
And now we have a story to tell. So those are my two favorite memories that I hold on dear to my heart that makes me smile, makes me laugh when I need it. So back to you, Toya.
Well, I thank God for your memory, because my memories aren't that great. But what I remember the most with the two of you together is not positive. It's not like my favorite memory. It's not like we was doing something good. That's what I remember the most. Well, you want me to share that?
Go on and share.
All right. We so y'all know I used to go out with Delano, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And I feel like we were somewhere on the east side. I don't remember being on the north side.
We were.
You know what I'm talking about?
I'm still trying to fetch it. I'm like, okay, go ahead.
So I don't know what we were doing. We were out, and we was like out in the field. Or I feel like I just remember seeing grass, and y'all was encouraging me to do some stuff, and I was like, I don't want to do it, and y'all was like, no, go ahead, do it. Like it's nothing happening around, and I was like, okay, but that honestly stick out the most. That's one thing that I remember. And I didn't do anything. We probably did, and I was just talking like, well, I don't really want to, you know what I'm saying? But that is funny that as soon as you asked me that, that's what came up.
And I'm so glad you did not go through with that peer pressure. Mm-hmm. Something again that is found in friendship. And praise God, we are not what we used to be, right, Tanesha?
That's right.
Come on now. So I am so sorry that is something that is still.
Sorry. Don't be
but
sorry.
Still, you gotta know. I mean, not for that.
If we was kids, that's kid stuff. I think it's just funny that's the first thing that came up in my mind. Mm-hmm. And then as far as like something like single, like if I'll pick you, I just remember but this I think is more when you left the base. Like I remember getting rides from your mom in the white Dynasty. Yeah. I just remember being in the back listening to gospel music, like And not saying much. Just
Yep.
I remember waiting for you guys to come and the John will pull up. Or Tanisha's Buick Regal. Well, y'all ain't have a Regal. You had a they had a Regal. The red John. I had a Regal too, so I thought I was mixing it up. But y'all had that John. I remember y'all cars, and I'm like, okay, they're here.
Yes. Yes. Mr. Davis stayed with the vehicles, man.
Yeah, that was the red car for the red door. I remember Tanisha phone number ending 5558.
Wow, you remember that?
I used to dial it a lot.
Awesome. Come on, Tanesha.
So of course I remember all that, and I knew Stacey was gonna say it because I was like, oh, that story just still had me laughing to this day. But there's so many different wonderful memories that I can actually think of. One would be being at the youth center for Friday night skating.
Oh my.
And a lot of times, unfortunately, my parents and Stacey's parents would not pay for the membership for the youth center. However, Toya was always in that youth center, and we used to always get kicked out.
Yes.
Danny, God rest her soul.
But y'all come Remember that side door? Somebody in the side door?
Yes. We used to always get kicked out because we didn't have a membership. But those were truly sometimes that I enjoyed going skating and just trying to go in there for free, pretty much. Or there was times where me and Stacey would be at the pool across the street and Toya would be mad because she had to be at camp and couldn't join us.
Right.
Summer fun.
Some other, I'm just trying to think of another one.
It's so long ago.
But I remember it all. That's what's so funny. I would, like Stacey said, her and I lived on the north side of McGuire, but in the morning, I would go to her house and get her. And of course, we had to do devotion at her house. And there was plenty of times we used to be like, you know, Miss Diane, we gonna be late. And she was like, no, y'all stay right here. You need devotion. And Bushy, we'd be like running out to catch the bus and Bushy was ready to shut the door on us to get to school. So, I mean, we could go down memory lane forever with all the stories that we done had.
Girl, you brought up a beautiful name, Bushy.
Yes.
That is, okay, we gotta let the world know. Bushy was our bus driver. They don't make bus drivers like Bushy. Bushy, man, even though she was very vulgar, she still had this love for us on that bus, that when she was somehow in an accident, Tanesha, if I'm not mistaken, because
we cried.
We got on the bus and we was like, well, where's Bushy? And I don't know if they ever told us exactly where she was and how we found out what happened, but we were crying that Bushy, who was always faithfully there to pick us up and drop us off and who would curse us out, where we should have reported her, now that I think about it. But us being kids, we didn't know, go home, tell your parents, this bus driver is cursing us out. But when she came back, we was like, Bushy! And she was like, hey, y'all, shut that door, like, let's ride.
Oh man, I got me over here.
We loved her. Even when there would be like one of our good friends, Tanesha, and I think Toya too, she was fighting, and Tanesha tried to get off the bus to watch the fight, but some reason I think you wanted to get back on the bus.
Wanted to get back on.
Put you in that door. Nah, you step off my bus, you off. No more liability of mine. You got to go. I was like on the bus like, bye.
Y'all making my head hurt.
You got to walk home from there now.
Oh, man.
Good memories.
You got tears, huh?
Yes, because it's so funny. Like, I'm sitting here, like, laughing all the memories.
Right, my head hurt from smiling.
Yeah, so many memories. Even having to meet Toya, because like we said, she was on the east side, we were on the north side. So would you say, Tanesha, that was maybe a good 1.5 miles, if not a mile?
Oh, absolutely. From where we lived, down at the end.
Yeah.
And coming around and meet at the 7-Eleven for our chili dogs.
Wait, Tanesha, what would we buy from the 7-Eleven back then?
Chili dogs. Chewy dogs all the way. Oh.